Hello everybody, what's up? Today we will be playing the Conspire SMP server, a server created by Wolftemp. The server runs the better Minecraft mod pack, so if you want to check it out, the link is in the description. The first order of business is to gather resources and maybe find a starter base, preferably some pre-generated structure, because generally they spawn in, they look very nice, and they have a lot of good loot. First things first, I need to get my wooden tools so that I can get some stone and progress. Ordinarily I wouldn't make a wooden axe, but because there is auto tree chop in this mod, you can just use it quickly and use up all its durability so it doesn't take up any inventory space, and it's a very good way of getting a lot of wood quickly, so you don't have to worry about it for the first day or so of playing the game. Just looking around, you can probably see a lot of modded content. I'm going to grab my crafting table because I don't want to waste time or resources making a new one, and I'm going to head over to what looks like to be some sort of temple. Oh, and look at this, a bunch of very nice raw gold blocks that you definitely have to mine with a iron pickaxe. I do something very stupid later on with this, but moving on from that, I need to grab some stone quickly. I have tried to speed up a bunch of the travelling and mining so that it doesn't waste your time as much and I can make a lot more interesting content. And just like that, welcome to the Stone Age. Now after grabbing the stone, we can make our super slow stone tools. If you get that reference, you watch P content. I gather a little bit more stone because it's always useful to have. And now I embarrass myself by breaking a raw gold block with a stone pickaxe, wasting all of those resources. I should have really noticed because of how long it was taking to break, but for some reason my brain just wasn't working when I was recording this. You guys are allowed to hate on me for that one in the comments if you want. Well, at least lesson learned. Now I know we need to get iron somewhere. Look at this wandering trader. And he has absolutely nothing useful. Anyway, it's also pretty obvious by now, probably, that I am doing a voiceover. That's because I'm not very good at concentrating and doing a voiceover while in game, and I'm already not brilliant at PvP and things like that. I'm new to YouTube, so if you have any feedback or if you want me to do the voiceover while I play, just comment down below and I'll try and accommodate that. But now we have iron, and brilliantly we now have 3 pieces of it. That's all we need for now to get a nice iron pickaxe. Now to travel all the way back to the temple. And I spot this acacia log which is hollow. No idea what it's used for, I can't craft it into anything, but maybe it'll be nice as a chimney or something later on. But for now I'm just going to grab a little bit more wood. Because there's such an abundance and because it automatically replants, I'm probably just going to smelt with wood for now. I would use coal, but that sounds like, mining for it sounds like effort, so probably not for now. And while I set the iron to smelt, I'm going to do a little bit of exploring probably. Just go off in this direction to this cliff and this massive ravine or channel of water, and I see a campsite, and more importantly I see a waystone. I don't know how expensive those are, you probably can craft them, but I feel like it'll be difficult to get the materials for. Either way, I'm going to try and snag that one. I'm going to use an iron pickaxe for that because I don't trust myself after the incident with the gold block. I'm just going to head over there and grab it after I gather this gold, of course, because I feel like setting it to smelt first is a wise idea. It'll probably take a very long time to smelt, if I remember how these kind of blocks smelt. I'm just going to set it to smelt for now while I go and explore and try and find the waystone. It's over here by the campsite. I'm going to now do a leap of faith. Hopefully I don't die doing this. And I don't, I survive. I accidentally activate this as I was going to mine it, and I mine it anyway. Having a waystone is a good thing for like speedy travel between big hubs, but at the same time, even though it is a friendly server, it's not a communal server, it's not like communally owned, so if someone finds your stuff, they might take your stuff. So keeping that in mind, probably wouldn't have this leading to any secret bases or any stashes, and There probably is a modded solution to that, like private waystones or something. I just don't know of it. It took so long for that one block to smelt, so I'm just going to go travel around a bit and see if I can find any food. You probably can't hear it, but I've lowered the volume of the actual gameplay because when you're hungry or like on 3 or lower hunger bars, it makes this really annoying hunger sound. Either way, I'm going to wander around for a bit until I find some food and try not to fall into ravines by accident. And I find some lovely sweet melons just as the sun's going down. I think you can craft these into melon slices and into melon seeds, but I need to rush back to either the temple or this lovely little base. I will be taking this base now, it is mine. No one has, unless someone has found it first. Finders keepers, as they always say. And thankfully I can escape the night. And yes, there's a load of bread and food in here, so I'm not going to starve and I can finally stop hearing that annoying sound. And apples, so when that gold is smelted up I can make some golden apples for myself. Survival in this mod is extremely difficult, that's why I'm avoiding dark places, I'm avoiding caves, I'm avoiding the night. The mobs are extremely stacked and quite strong. Now that I think about it, the fact that a base so spawn hasn't been looted yet gives me reason to believe that players haven't explored very far out yet, which is probably great news for future loot runs. But it has been 5 days since I recorded this video, and it's only 3 out of the 6 blocks or 5 blocks, I don't know, smelted. So now I've got to wait even longer and I craft some melon seeds. And I empty my inventory, but then later on I make the mistake of walking right over those items and picking them back up again. So I'm not very good at inventory management. I just sit here and wait until that's done. And then I mine up my stuff and I head to my new base, which I will colonize. I do another jump into the water. And I mine this tree, not realizing that there is a chest. I look up to mine it, but then I see it. Oh, the tree is a chest hidden in the tree. And it's full with random stuff, including some ropes. I don't know what they're useful for. The saddle, however, is extremely useful because they may or may not be dragons in this mod, I don't know. But they can only spawn when you hatch them from an egg, so which is why I haven't seen any yet. But the saddles are used to ride them, so I don't think there's the saddle update in this mod. I don't think they're craftable, I don't know, maybe they are. But now to make some signs. Basically just the basics, and let's remove this, let's do some grass mowing. Basically, this is Drax's house. That's me, I'm Drax, this is my house. On the authority of the British Empire, I have colonized this house, this is mine. And I will be representing the British Empire in this video, in this server, and probably in most videos. Please don't grief or steal, message me on Discord if you need anything. I want them to be my friend, but I also want them to know there's boundaries, don't cross my boundaries. I don't like PvPing, but if I have to, I will. But now I can get to doing the fun stuff. The fun stuff includes inventory management, which I will not spare you the pain, of. Just putting all the farming stuff in a chest, so that later on when I plan to make a farm or something, I can do that. And I've noticed the apples, so I remember to make myself golden apples in case I'm in an emergency. I have a bad habit of having these on me but never using them, so I just die with them on me. But I'm going to try and change that in this mod pack. And now to set away stone, in case I travel too far out and I want to remember where I am. And there's no other active waystones because no one else has explored far enough to find one. And I have a hoe with me, so I'm just going to go down to the shore and maybe set up a farm, because I feel like that would be a nice, friendly thing to do. The only thing I may slightly dislike about this mod, which is not like a dislike, it's more of an issue on my part, is that if I make any nice or decent-ish builds, people might believe that they're just part of the mod content. So not only would they possibly loot from it, they also would just like, your building skill is kind of devalued by the mod, which is not super bad, it's just kind of a peeve of mine. I'm going to try and expand the base I have up on the hill to like have like towers and stuff, and maybe like a garden or something like that. But this farm is very iconically Minecraft. It's just built on the edge of the sea. Oh, look, a turtle, a tortoise. Anyway, that's, you see in the chat, Billy. He's the technical guy on the server. If WolfTemp is the other YouTuber, he's the guy. Billy is the guy who sets up all the modding stuff. He's a bit of a nerd. Anyway, now we can grab all the seeds and then have a quick check down and plant everything. And it starts raining. I hate the rain. Oh my god, you have no idea. I'm gonna mine into this wall. I probably should have sped this up a little bit more, but it is what it is. You just have to see me mining into this wall slowly. Almost there. I'm gonna cut apart this so I can get a bigger space quickly. Make 2 chests out of acacia and put all the farming stuff in there. This is after I've planted everything. Yeah, so you can see everything's planted right there. I cut that out because it's tedious, and I run through the night to get to a bed so that I can sleep and I can be safe. What a lovely morning. On this fine morning, I try to head down to grab that sugarcane over on the other shore, but I get ambushed. As you can see, a creeper just appears over there. I quickly combat log, so that's where we're going to end for today. If you enjoyed the video, like and comment. See you in the next one.